Welcome to today's video, how to automate Vanguard investing. This is going to be an amazing video because it is going to simplify your investing so much, but I'm also going to talk about whether or not you should automate your investing. All right, let's dive right in. All right, how to automate Vanguard investing. And I am talking about Vanguard in particular because they are my favorite brokerage firm. They are owned by us, by the clients that use them, so they are not owned by shareholders, which means they do not have an incentive to raise their fees, and they have lots of great funds that you can invest in, or ETFs. They've also been around for a really long time, and they actually started the index fund. So I personally really like using Vanguard. All right, we are going to get into how to automate Vanguard investing. But first, let's address if we should automate our investing. If we know that we do have enough money to automate that transfer, how much ever we are going to be putting into our Vanguard account, then automating it makes it a really lot easier. But if we are worried that we are not going to have that money and then that auto transfer comes out and we get a fee charged, or we're not able to pay other expenses, then that is not going to be good. So we just want to be sure that we are ready to automate our investing. All right, so the first step to take in order to automate Vanguard investing is to determine that amount you want to have transferred and then set up that actual transfer. Vanguard makes it really easy to connect your Vanguard account to your checking account. So you can link those two accounts and have an automatic transfer going over from your checking to Vanguard however often you want to. So you can set it up every 2 weeks or once a month, or they do have a few other options in there so you can select what is going to work best for you. And then before we get into our next step, I do want to say that you can completely automate this process with some investments. But if you're only able to automate the first step, then you're going to need to log into your Vanguard account and make the actual investment. So you can't just set up the transfer from your checking to your Vanguard account. You actually have to choose an investment that you want your money going into. Otherwise, it's just going to sit in their settlement fund, is what they call it, essentially a savings account. So it's not really invested in the stock market. Okay, so let's move to step number 2, and this is to choose the investment that you want to be investing in. And if you do want to have it completely automated, Vanguard gives the option to automate with their index funds. There are a number of different funds they have. They have what's called a target date fund. So if you know you want to retire in 2060, then you can choose a target date fund that's called Target Date Fund 2060 and invest your money in that and then completely automate that. And once you get closer to 2060, the year 2060, they will automatically start to move your investments from the majority of stocks over to bonds. And if you want to know what my personal favorite investment is, I do have another video. I will leave a link above. You can check that out later on. But select a fund if you want to completely automate this process that you want to be investing in. And if you want to invest in individual stocks, then you can choose those stocks, but you will have to log in and make the actual purchase for the stock. The third step to take if we chose a fund that can be completely automated is to set up that automation. So we already have our transfer coming in from our checking to our Vanguard account, and we know which fund we want to invest in. And then if we've chosen a fund that allows for the complete automation, we can log into our Vanguard account and set up that automation plan right inside of our account. So we can automatically invest in the same fund at whatever frequency we chose, whether that's every 2 weeks or every month. But this is such an easy way to invest our money. We don't even have to think about it. This is how I invest my money. I just have it set on an auto transfer and an auto invest. And as a side note, Vanguard does have a mobile app, so it makes it even easier to keep an eye on our investments, or if we did want to add more money to our investment accounts, then we can definitely do that, and we can do it on their mobile app if we don't want to do it on a desktop or a laptop. And to talk about a few benefits of automating our Vanguard investing, the first one is that it is actually getting done because we have automated the process. We don't have to think about it anymore. It's completely automated. So that frees up our time to spend on things that are going to be more fun or more enjoyable for us. And when we have it automated, we don't have to log in and make that transfer manually or pick our investment manually. And that way we're not seeing that price and becoming nervous about continuing to invest. We can just take advantage of dollar cost averaging, just averaging out that price over time. So it helps take the emotion out of investing. I know by doing this over the long term, our investments are just going to grow so much faster because we are investing every single month or every 2 weeks, whatever it is. And it is actually getting done because we don't have to do it manually. Therefore, we are taking advantage of compound interest. The sooner we can get our money in the stock market, the more money we are going to make. And let's just take a quick look at a calculator. Let's say we are starting with a $5,000 investment and we are automating our investing. So we are contributing $1,000 every single month and we're getting a 10% rate of return over 10 years. So that's going to give us a balance of $218,380. So if we were to miss some of those months and it actually averaged out to us investing just $500 a month, half of what we would have been, then our ending balance is going to be $115,958. So you can see the significant difference. If we don't have to remember to do this every single month, then we are for sure going to invest that $1,000 or whatever amount we choose every single month without fail. And I don't know about you, but I feel a lot better about having this automated, so I just don't have to worry about it. And if you want help investing in the stock market, I have a free masterclass going over how I can help you invest in the stock market very, very simply and even automate your investing so you wouldn't have to think about this over the years. I will leave a link to that below in the description, and you can click on that and watch the free masterclass. And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and share it with someone else who would like to hear this information. And hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to the little bell to get notified on when I post new videos. And if you want to see even more wonderful content from me, make sure and check out the videos on the side of the screen. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.